So I'm going to walk you through right now a 5-step training session that we did the other day. Right here, very simple, 2-touch, 2 players, it's 2v2 plus 1 in half the field. Can't cross to the other half. Now it becomes more positional. You see that 2 players per square, as the neutral player in black can rotate anywhere, and this is 2-touch. Now we go to anyone can go anywhere in the larger square, 4v4 plus 1, it stays 2-touch. This goes into the black neutral players are always on the team with the ball. It's 1-touch in the whole square, 2-touch on the steal. And then eventually goes into an 8v8 plus 2. This is a directional game with scoring in the end zones. But here's my point to this whole video. There's an article that came out the other day that said you need to have direction in order to make it useful for basically increasing soccer IQ, for making the football actions realistic. I disagree completely with that article. I do not think you need scoring. I do not think you need direction. This game is about exploiting time and space and shutting it down. As you can see in this 5-part little, honestly it took like 45 minutes and it was part of our warm-up as well, working into more intense. But I think it's game representative enough. The kids are exploiting time and space and shutting it down. Even without a direction, even without scoring, it is really valuable for development. So I would also contend that, I read an article the other day too about using restrictions, 1-touch, 2-touch, whatever restrictions, constraints, all that stuff. And they're saying that it causes players not to react and not to play in a way that's similar to the game because you don't have restrictions in a game. It's another thing that I completely disagree with, and they fail to recognize that using constraints changes perception, which changes action, which leads to an increased soccer IQ. So put together this little video series just to say, hey, I know that sometimes these articles come out and everybody kind of jumps on board and says, hey, this is the way to do it. But I think it's important to speak out against those kind of evidence-based articles, because I would really question what is evidence-based anyways, and say, I don't really agree with that.